Hey everyone! Today we're diving into a field that's not just changing medicine, it's basically giving us the ability to read our own biological source code. For the first time ever, we can truly start to understand what makes us tick. We are talking about medical bioinformatics.
So, let me just start with a pretty big question. What if the key to curing some of the world's most complicated diseases wasn't hiding in a petri dish somewhere, but was actually hidden inside you? Inside your very own unique biological code. That's the huge, revolutionary idea we're going to unpack today.
You know, for the longest time, medicine has pretty much worked on a one-size-fits-all kind of model. You get a diagnosis, and that leads to a standard treatment. And yeah, it works for a lot of people, but not for everyone. That approach can be really slow, it's expensive, and honestly, it can be a painful process of just trial and error, especially when you're up against something complex, like cancer or Alzheimer's. We've really needed a smarter way to do things.
Well, that smarter way is medical bioinformatics. This is the spot where biology, computer science, and medicine all come together. Think of it like using super powerful computers to sift through just massive amounts of biological and clinical data, everything from our DNA to our medical records, to find these little patterns and insights that the human eye could just never, ever spot on its own.
Okay, so what does this actually mean for you and me, for our health? Well, the promise here is really twofold. First, developing new cures at lightning speed, and second, creating treatments that are tailor-made for each and every individual.
And the difference here is it's just night and day. Traditionally, finding a new drug was this marathon of slow, manual lab work that could take a decade, sometimes more, and most of the time it ended in failure. Bioinformatics just flips that whole script. By using computers to analyze the data, a discovery process that used to take 10 years might now take, say, 18 months. It lets scientists zero in on the most promising ideas for new drugs way faster.
So how on earth does it do that? Well, it really comes down to two key steps. First, there's target identification. This is where it uses all that data to find the one tiny faulty gear in the giant machine of our biology that's actually causing the disease. And then comes virtual screening, which is just incredible. Imagine a digital locksmith trying millions of different keys in that one faulty lock all at the same time to find the one that fits perfectly. And this is all happening on a computer before a single physical experiment even begins.
But speeding up drug discovery, that's really only half the story. The other part, and this is maybe even more profound, is the shift toward truly personalized medicine. Forget one size fits all. We're talking about a treatment designed specifically for your unique biology.
So what does that journey look like? Well, it all starts with you. Your genetic data, your clinical info, it all gets collected and analyzed. Then, these powerful bioinformatic tools just churn through that information, hunting for the specific patterns and markers that define your version of a disease. And from there, a doctor can prescribe a treatment that is precisely tailored to you.
Of course, all of this, it doesn't just happen by magic. It requires an incredibly powerful digital toolbox. And we're not talking about simple apps here. These are really sophisticated pieces of software that let researchers and doctors do all of this complex analysis.
And generally, these tools come in two main flavors. You've got your online, web-based tools, which are fantastic for searching these huge public databases of diseases and genes. And then you have standalone software. These are the real heavy hitters, powerful programs you run on a local computer for some really deep, complex data crunching.
But this incredible power to decode our own biology, it brings up a really critical part of the conversation, the ethics. We're essentially walking this tightrope between amazing medical breakthroughs on one side and our fundamental rights to privacy and fairness on the other. It really all boils down to this question, doesn't it? When we have access to the most personal data you can possibly imagine, our own genetic code, how do we make sure it's being used responsibly? Are our rules, our safeguards, are they actually ready for this new reality?
The whole challenge is to balance the risks with the right safeguards. And the risks are pretty clear. Who gets to see your genetic code? Could that information be used to discriminate against you, maybe by an employer or an insurance company? The safeguards have to focus on things like responsible data use, setting up clear rules and consent, and anonymization, which is a big one. That means stripping your name and personal identifiers from the data so it can be studied without ever compromising who you are.
So, keeping those ethical guardrails in mind, where is this all going? Well, the future is already starting to take shape, and it's being powered by even more advanced tech.
Right now, there are two major trends just supercharging this whole field. First up is artificial intelligence, or AI.
AI algorithms are getting unbelievably good at predicting disease risk and suggesting treatments just by analyzing data. And second is big data analysis. By studying the health data of literally millions of people at once, we can find these super subtle patterns in diseases that were totally invisible to us before.
And at the end of the day, all of this leads to a fundamental, massive shift in medicine. We're moving away from a world where we treat a disease, and we're moving into a future where we treat a specific person with their unique biology at a specific moment in time.
So here we are. Our most basic biological information is now, officially, data. The question isn't if we can read it anymore. The question is, what are we going to do with that knowledge? The story of our future health is being written as we speak, in lines of code. What do we want that story to be?